And with us right now, the board president of United is Juanita Skillman. Hi, Juanita.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
Always good to have you here today. Busy day, I know, for you, those budget meetings and all right.
Right, all morning.
Yes, definitely.
Into the afternoon. So.
Well, the first thing we're going to talk about, and it's something I know that you have worked on for quite a long time, is United bylaws. And I know that in the past you've talked about some of the bylaws are out of sync with newer state rulings and laws and things like that. And that's really what this is about, right? Bringing them all together so they reflect this community, but reflect the state rules, right? David Sterling,
we haven't changed or rewritten our bylaws.
Right.
What we've done in conjunction with our legal counsel is to update them.
Right.
So that they are in sync with, as you say, particularly the Davis-Sterling Act and the Civil Code.
Right.
There was still a lot of stuff in our bylaws about when we were under HUD, and that's been taken out.
Right.
There are various things that have changed over the years, like in our election process and rules, and we've updated all of that.
Yes, exactly.
So we're really proud of them. The Governing Docs Committee has worked on this for 6 to 9 months in conjunction with our legal counsel. And so we would do stuff and then we'd send it over to legal counsel and then he'd send it back with his remarks and we'd go on and on and on. But we've got it finished.
Yes.
And we have them updated and we expect those to be going out to all of our members next month, first part of June. And basically, they will get.
It's taken a long time, but I know it's been. You got to go through every little thing.
That's right. That's right. It's not an easy process. So there will be a cover letter, and the cover letter, which is what I hope most people will read, because I don't know how many will actually read through all of the bylaws. But the cover letter tells you why we did it and how we did it, and it lists, outlines the major things that we amended or updated in the bylaws.
Okay.
So you can see that. And then they will be getting a clean copy of what our new bylaws look like, but if there are some diehards and we always have some in the community that really want to see what was done, on the website will be a red line version of the old bylaws showing what was changed, etc. So my plea to our members is, when you get this, please send the vote back. It's just like an election ballot. It has to be a secret ballot. And so you have an envelope in an envelope and a ballot that you have to check, yes, please, saying that you approve these, and then we can go forward, because these are the last updates were done in 1994. That's almost 25 years ago. And you can imagine all of the changes that have had to been done since then. So please know a lot of work went into this. Everything has been checked and is legal and up to date. And so I'm just hoping that our members will take the time and effort to okay them and send their ballot back when they get it.
All right, now another proposed resolution is about short-term rentals, right?
That's correct. We have what we call the qualifiers for subleasing the manors. And this was adopted in 2013, and it was last amended in 2016, and then we did a little bit in April of this year, and we have another one that's just an explanation. It's qualifier number 2. And qualifier number 2 says that subleases may be no shorter in duration than 90 days and no longer than 12 months subsequent to a renewal. And it tells you how to do that. So we don't have long-term leases or subleases, but every year it can be renewed. We just need to have that information in property services. So what we're adding is, no manor may be advertised for sublease shorter in duration than 90 days in any print media, such as newspapers, magazines, local bulletin boards, etc., and or on any website, including, without limitation, Airbnb, VRBO, social media, listing services, any other hosting platform. Because it's difficult when people go off on their own and advertise their place for a week or even sometimes a weekend. Come stay here, look how great it is. And it really disrupts the neighborhood. And it's just not what United's all about. We
Right.
are a owner-occupied community. We are not a vacation resort. And we want people to be able to, if it's their second home, if they live elsewhere, to be able to sublease it while they're gone, but not on a short-term basis.
Okay, yeah, that again is something that has been talked about, gone back and forth for years.
So we're going
Yeah.
to put this into, hopefully into our qualifiers.
Okay.
These are all resolutions that will be at our meeting in June.
Right.
And so if there's any discussion or people who are watching this want to make comments on it, et cetera, come to that meeting and let us know, because we always have member comments and we like to hear from our residents.
And there's also, you're looking at amending the financial qualifiers.
Yes, there's a clause in the financials which were put in quite a while ago for specific reasons, and it says that the board may consider waiving financial requirements if the applicant obtains secondary funding from a financial institution of at least 50% and no more than 70% of the purchase price. It's recommended that any applicant who does not meet the minimum financial requirements consider submitting the application with a financial guarantor. And we have rules and regulations on the guarantors and limits and all of those kinds of things. But basically what this said was, if the board so desired, if you had a loan through NCB, that you did not have to qualify financially. But what we found is if you qualify financially for a loan, that doesn't mean that you have the financial qualifications, particularly the income, to live here.
Okay.
And so you might have a loan, you might get it, but we need to be able to have people who have enough money to survive
Right.
here. There are so many other expenses, and that's why for the qualifiers or the guarantors, we also said that the person getting or having the guarantor, the member, had to have a minimum annual income of $24,000, which in this day and age is the lowest poverty level.
Right.
So we're just saying they need to have an income, and we're going to take that paragraph out completely, hopefully.
All right.
That's what our suggestion is anyway.
All right, and
So-
then I know that you folks, along with Third in general, are looking for people for neighborhood captains and such, right?
Yes, now you had Andre on last week.
Yes, we
And he
did.
talked about that a little, and I just would like to emphasize that because neighborhood captains, we think of them as neighbors helping neighbors. And it's not a difficult job, and there are specific things that you get to help you do that, forms, et cetera. But basically, it's just knowing your neighbors. So in the time, not just of a big earthquake, but say we have a power outage, and you know as a neighborhood captain that you have somebody in your
Yes.
buildings that is on oxygen or on some sort of mechanical thing for their health, and the power goes off, they need help.
Right.
And you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to call security. You're going to make sure that they have either a generator or something that would be brought in to help them, or to remove them to a place where they would be safe.
Right.
We have little
Exactly, yeah.
disasters, like our transformers go out. Bless SCE. All these times, and if your electricity is off for any reason, sometimes that can be a
Yes, it
health
can,
issue
yeah.
as well. And so a neighborhood captain knows their neighbors, and they know if there's a problem. Another thing that we find is a neighborhood captain knows who to call. So if I live alone, if I were to have a fall and they took me, one of my neighbors would be able to call one of my daughters and say, this is what's happening. I might not be coherent or
Right,
whatever to
exactly.
be able to do that at that time. And so it's just nice to know your neighbors. It's fun to get to know your neighbors. It's great to be able to just be part of that neighborhood.
Yeah.
But we're asking that just a few people, one for every building, or at least a couple of buildings in your cul-de-sac, take the responsibility of being a neighborhood captain. And all
Yeah,
they have to do is
very
go
good,
downstairs
yes.
in this building, community center, between 10 and 12 every day. The disaster preparedness office is open, and they will give you the form to fill out. and we have training, we have get-togethers so that you know the other captains in your area, those kinds of
Yeah,
things.
exactly. And I know usually that's announced when that's coming up. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you're
good.
interested, go get your form right now and we'll put you into the program.
All right, very good. Anything else?
Nope, I think that's about it. We have 2 candidates for our audit committee.
Okay, very
Again,
good.
We had 2 last month and they dropped out at the last minute, so we
Okay.
were still looking. But I noticed that we still have 2 for our meeting this month, so.
Very
we're
good.
always looking for volunteers, committee volunteers and people to help and work with the board and with there. So anybody that's interested in putting in a little time, give us a call.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Always good to have you on.
That's it. Thank you.
And we'll see somebody from United next week.
Absolutely.
All right, very good.
As
Good to
president,
see
I
you.
ensure you that.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back.